back to the channel. As ever, you can find me over on Instagram at the House of Langford and at Overall Sews. I'm also on Ravelry at Mad X Stitcher. And today's video is a little bit different because I have been wanting to put this together since I started it, and that was 2021. So there's this thing called the 100-day challenge, and I had a piece of cross stitch that I wanted to finish and figured that I would try this new 100-day project sort of thing that was going on. And the idea was that every day I would pick up this cross stitch and I would cross stitch for 1 hour a day for 100 days, or at least until it was finished. And yeah, so I've got pictures from every hour that I did. The first project is a black Ada piece, which is 4 different, I think it's 4 or 5 of the big cats. So, and it's just their heads. So I started with just the tiger head left to do. It's mostly speckled and like confetti stitching, which means that there's not a lot of like stitches together that are the same colour. So I was getting really frustrated with it. I'd put it away for I don't know how many years, and I decided to dig it out in 2021 to do the 100 days. So this was my starting point, and here are the hours that I put into it. So as you can see, it took 23 hours to finish the tiger head. So to recap, this is where I started and this is where I finished. What I have found whilst editing is that it is a lot easier to see the progress when you see the very beginning, like the very before, and then the final, rather than gradually. So anyway, I hope you liked that little hour by hour of this piece. I do still have it. It does need washing still, and I will get it framed. It is a piece from my dad. I bought it knowing that he wouldn't cross stitch it. He can cross stitch. I bought it knowing that he wouldn't do it and that I would inevitably end up doing it for him, which is absolutely fine. And I started it in 2011. Which is why we got to 2021. I was like, it's been 10 years, kind of need to finish that. So this is the final piece. Now I've probably shown this before on one of the podcasts from 2021, but we can see that I have 4 big cats. Now the fabric is rolled. Like I said, it does need a wash. It's got all these creases from where it's been on a frame. But yeah, it's finished, and that was the whole point of doing this 100-day project. So because I'd finished this in 23 hours, I had, 77 left to go? And promptly picked up another project, which I didn't actually start. It was given to me, already started by my aunt. She had started it in order to make it for my uncle. And because I was really into my cross stitch at the time, she asked me if I would do it, and I said, yeah. And then again, that was 2011. So it was quite apt that I picked that one up as well back in 2021. So, starting point for that one. I don't think I have a proper photo like close up, but I do have it with the pattern on top of what it's going to look like when it's finished. So, sit back and have a look at how it has progressed from tiny bit to effectively half of the pattern finished, and I'll see you in a sec. So 77 hours has gone into that project, and I can't show you it at that particular stage because I have worked on it again, which will be part 2 of this sort of project. And yeah, I just wanted to show you, like, even though it's an hour of cross stitch, sometimes it doesn't look like a lot, but that's because it takes so much time to do. And I guess in a way, this is my way of showing people just how much time and effort goes into a large cross stitch, or even a small cross stitch, or even anything that is handmade. It's showing you how much time and energy goes into making something or crafting something. So 77 hours, and that is not finished. So yeah, no one would pay that. No one would pay for 77 hours of work. And yeah, so anyway, this is what it looked like before when I first picked it up. And then this is what it looked like after I'd finished the 100 hours across the 2 projects. So there's still a ways to go. That's only half of it. And I'm looking forward to getting the second half done, because I think at this point I had to then roll up the frame because it's on a scroll frame. And yeah, but I'd stopped at that point, and that was my progress for 2021. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little video. I am going to do it again. I've just said that. This is part 1 because I've done 100 hours of cross stitch over 2021. And yeah, I'm now recording this in 2024, but I really wanted to show you the process and what goes on and what goes into a piece of cross stitch of this sort of size. And yeah, and that also, like, projects that have been languishing for years and years and years, they do eventually get finished at some point. It may not be in the way that we expect it to be, but it's getting there. So anyway, I hope you've liked this, and you'll come back and see how I get on with my second lot of 100 hours. So 100 day project part 2. So this is the end of part 1, and thank you for joining me. Do you have any projects that have been languishing around 10 years, maybe even more? And what are your tips for cross-stitching quicker? Do you have any? For me, I will work in one section at a time. So you'll notice from the pictures that the section builds out and I don't jump from place to place. Mainly because in this project, the blocks of colour are together. It's not as speckled or confetti-like as the tiger was. So I'm able to do blocks and it will build quicker. That's what I prefer. And there is so much detail to put into this after as well. But I'm not going to do that, I think, within the 100 hours. That might come after. But yeah, let me know in the comments any projects you've got that you think might benefit from the 100 day project. Like I said, it's 1 hour a day. Just 1 hour a day. And sometimes I look back and I think, actually, that's quite a lot of work in an hour. There is one picture on there and I was like, I can't see any progress. And the progress I can see is very small. So I don't know what happened there. I may have had to rip a bit out, frog some of it back, but there we go. Anyway, yeah, thank you for joining me for part 1, and I'll see you again next time in part 2. Take care. Bye.